What's going on, guys? Jeff here for Mad Hatter's Reef, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 aquacultured saltwater fish. Welcome back to another Mad Hatter's Reef video. This is where I talk about everything reef tank related. So if you love reef tanks like I do, make sure you smash that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. And today we're talking about the top 10 aquacultured saltwater fish. So let's jump into it. Alright folks, so today we're talking about the top 10 aquacultured saltwater fish. So what we're going to be doing is jumping over to liveaquarium.com and taking a look at some of the fish that they have available over there. And the reason that we're talking about Live Aquaria is because they are the people that have supplied us with these photos. So we want to give credit where credit is due. Coming in at number 10 on our top 10 aquacultured saltwater fish is the Cardinal Fish. Now, these guys are easy to come by. They're easy to care for. They are considered somewhat aggressive. They require a meaty diet and are considered reef safe. They can grow upwards of 3 inches. Now, these fish are probably my ideal fish when it comes to a reef tank. When I think about reef tanks, I definitely think about the Cardinal Fish, and they are known to be very easy to breed, which makes them an excellent candidate for aquaculture. And that's why these fish have done so well, because they actually at one point were on the verge of extinction, but due to some aquaculture, they are now doing very, very well, and also come at a very reasonable price. So all that put together makes for a great fish and a great addition to any reef tank. Coming in at number 9 on our top 10 saltwater fish that are aquacultured is the orange skunk fish. Now, I absolutely love this fish. I've had them in the past, and they are considered moderate care level. So they are a fish that requires a little bit more care. They definitely are a fish that wants to have a sea anemone in the tank because they need that little snuggy time with their anemones. They are considered semi-aggressive as far as their diet. They're like most clownfish. They have that omnivore diet going for them. They are reef safe and can grow upwards of 4 inches. Now, the story of my clownfish and what I actually had to do with them, once I added Solaris clownfish to the 220 gallon, now think of that, that's a 220 gallon tank. I actually had to remove these guys because they would not stop fighting each other. It got really bad, and I just decided to remove the skunk clownfish out of the tank and go with the Solaris. And definitely miss the fish, but maybe down the road I can look at getting another pair. Coming in at number 8 is the Orchid Doggy Bag. Now, the Orchid Doggy Bag is considered easy to care for. It's semi-aggressive. I would say potentially aggressive. It does require a all-meat diet and is considered reef safe. They can grow upwards of 3 inches, and they require a minimum tank size of about 30 gallons. Now, all that aside, this is an absolute beautiful fish that has a really beautiful pink to purple coloration to it. But the one thing that is a huge drawback with this fish is really how aggressive it is. And that is one thing that has kind of kept me from it. Now, I've never kept this fish, but I have read quite a bit and I just read. That's what I do. I read things. But I have read a lot about this fish, and also I've seen, how they act in tanks at the local fish store, and they do seem to be very aggressive, even just watching them for a short amount of time. Coming in at number 7 on our top 10 aquacultured saltwater fish is the neon goby. Now, the neon goby is a great little fish that is considered easy to care for, has a peaceful temperament, needs that meat, and is considered reef safe. They grow upwards of 2 inches, but I've never seen one 2 inches. And they require a minimum tank size of 10 gallons. That's right, 10 gallons. One of the most interesting things about the neon goby is the fact that it actually acts as a cleaner fish. Now, I haven't witnessed this in captivity, but they are known to eat parasites off from larger fish on wild reefs. So when you consider the fact that this is an aquacultured fish and that it can possibly help out with ick, that makes this guy a pretty solid little pickup for any reef tank. Coming in at number 6 on our top 10 saltwater fish that are aquacultured is the white-spotted pygmy filefish. Now this guy is considered moderate care level, has a peaceful temperament, is omnivore in its food requirements, is considered reef safe with caution, and can grow upwards of 3 inches. Requires a tank of 30 gallons or more. Now, there are folks out there that have had troubles with filefish in the past, and buying a aquacultured variety of this species is going to give you a leg up on wild caught. Because of the fact that it was bred in captivity, that's going to give it an advantage, and it's going to be more well adjusted to aquarium life. Coming in at number 5 on our top 10 aquacultured saltwater fish is the cinnamon clownfish. Now, if you have ever seen a tomato clownfish, think of that, but prettier. The cinnamon clownfish is considered easy to care for, has a semi-aggressive personality, requires that omnivore diet, and is considered reef safe, grows upwards of 4 inches, and needs a tank of 30 gallons or more. Now, I've never been a fan of tomato clownfish, but if you've never seen a cinnamon clownfish, you are definitely in for a treat. It is a absolute beautiful captive bred fish that definitely has a little bit of an attitude to it, but is definitely a attractive version of the tomato clownfish. Coming in at number 4 on our top 10 captive bred saltwater fish is the Coral Beauty. Now, Biota is a company that has been doing some amazing work in the aquaculture scene. The Coral Beauty is definitely a tremendous addition to the captive bred fish that are available to hobbyists. Now, this Coral Beauty is considered easy to care for, has a semi-aggressive personality, requires that omnivore diet, is reef safe with caution, and can grow upwards of 4 inches. These guys require a minimum tank size of 70 gallons, and a Coral Beauty is just an absolute beautiful addition to any reef tank, and that's why it is number 4 on our top 10 aquacultured saltwater fish. Oh me, oh my, we're at number 3 on our aquacultured saltwater fish list, and that is the black iced Solaris. Now, if you are into designer clownfish, I have a top 10 just for you. I'll be sure to put that in the description below. But getting back to the black ice, these guys are considered easy to care for. They have a peaceful temperament, need them omnivore's diet, and is considered reef safe, can grow upwards of 3 inches, and requires a minimum tank size of 20 gallons. Now, I have a black ice Solaris, and it definitely is way more black than this guy is. But one of the things I absolutely love about this fish is where the white meets the black outlines. It almost has this blue hue to it, which is really stunning in person. My guy is definitely a lot darker than this specimen, and also has a little bit of lipstick that is also black. Great looking fish, definitely one of my most favorite designer clownfish. Check them out, the black ice Solaris. Coming in at number 2 is the blue griddled angelfish. Now, these guys are considered moderate care level, are semi-aggressive, require that omnivore diet, and are not considered reef safe. They can grow upwards of a foot and require a minimum tank size of 180 gallons. This beauty is rather shy, so it's going to require a number of different hiding spots within the rockwork, and definitely is not one that you want to consider to keep with corals, because they have been known to nip at stony corals, which makes it a beautiful addition for those fish only with live rock setups. Coming in at number 1 on our top 10 saltwater fish who are aquacultured is the yellow tang. Now, this guy is considered easy to care for, has a semi-aggressive temperament, requires those herbs, and definitely is considered reef safe. They can grow upwards of 8 inches and requires a minimum tank size of 100 gallons. Now, even though this fish packs a little bit higher of a price point than its wild caught counterparts, it is a huge advancement in this hobby to have a tang that has been bred in captivity. This guy has also paved the way for blue hippo tangs to be bred in captivity, and who knows what next. And that's why he is #1 on our top 10 aquacultured saltwater fish list. Alright folks, that's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. If you want a t-shirt, links down in the description below. And I'll see you next week right here with a brand new video.